Alright, so I'm going to show you how I'm doing my spider webs. Human pelts. Along with the pneumatic cylinder. So I'm going to show you very briefly how we did it. This is where our zombie cage is going. Really, video does not do this thing justice. Okay, so more of an update. We've hung up some of the lenticular pictures that I was talking about in the last vlog episode. You can see how they change as you walk by. We've got one down at the end of the hallway. And these were actually from the dollar store, these couple of ones we stuck up here. They're not actual frames, they're flat against the wall. But we're thinking we might do a drop panel over on this one if there's enough time. My mom's going to be bringing some more antique pictures that she has. But this is all we've got up for now, and we'll stick another one right here too. We hung some creepy cloth over the next section just for a test. Looks pretty good, and got these little strings here that rub right on your face. Another look at the hallway with the atmosphere effects picture frame running. We're thinking we might do a drop panel right here on this guy. Just because your eye is kind of drawn to this, and also with the sound, but it's probably going to be pretty noisy in here. Alright, so I'm going to show you how I'm doing my spider webs. A lot of people buy these hot glue guns that have a air compressor hookup for it. But if you have an air compressor and you have a hot glue gun, you can kind of just wing it and do it yourself. So basically just take the air compressor nozzle, put it right underneath the hot glue, and aim it where you want to go, and you'll get like a stream of spider web. If you get it right. There we go. Like that. I don't know if you guys remember, but probably way back in February sometime, I talked about this gaudy chandelier I'd purchased and then added these purple lights into it. Well, this is it. And it's actually purple, it looks kind of blue. Here is the Victorian flying crank ghost room. Tried to work on the clock to see if I could get it to run backwards, but I don't have any more disco ball motors, and I really wanted to get on with this, so we're just going to leave it a little bit past midnight. And here's some actual dollar store candles that we got, and I kind of grossed them up with more hot glue and some staining to give them a little bit more character. But they're just sitting there in the clock. Threw some books in there, also like a bookcase. And then you saw me earlier using the hot glue gun and the air compressor to create this really awesome spider web. This stuff is really neat. It's like Hollywood style webbing. It's cool. Came out really good. And we threw some up on this other picture that my mother has. She brought this one in. That's hanging from a hook we've got here. I don't trust these walls not to drop that. I've got so much of this kind of stuff around. We tried different things and we thought this looked the best. And I thought maybe a lamp could go there, but we decided to use this thing instead. It's gaudy enough. I would have hung it right in the center of the room, but that's where the ghost is going. And here's a look at the Victorian area with the lights pretty dim. It's a nice effect, I think. And I actually have another one of those dollar store candles in the back here. I didn't even decorate it. It's just giving off like a backlight from behind the gargoyle. Not too bad. And then we moved on here. We actually put up the fence along with the pneumatic cylinder. Not connected yet to anything. Don't even have the hose run. No solenoids connected or anything, but we just wanted to get it put in. And I talked about this in the last episode, but there's just a 2x4 here sandwiched between the two walls. And I took the brackets that are usually used in this kind of fencing to hold this little fence to a bigger piece of fence. And I just bent the metal all the way out and shaped it into the shape I needed and screwed it right into this chunk of wood. So now this thing is, that's the pivot point, and it's pretty solid. It's not coming out of there. Again, I talked about how if this fails, it'll hit that wood. This should work out very well. We've got only 2 of those clamps, and I've got that board sandwiched into the adjoining walls pretty securely, so I don't think this is going to go anywhere. We also have one of these electric boxes that's been pretty popular. They're in the stores right now. So that ought to give a nice effect. And I'm going to control that with a 4-banger prop controller along with the solenoid that's going to control this pneumatic cylinder. So we made a couple of human pelts, the ones that Alan Hops made on Stiltbeast Studios. They came out pretty good. It's a pretty easy project once you get the hang of it. This is the second one. There's one right behind my lovely camera person. What we did here was we made this on a piece of plywood, then we brought it in here and stapled it in, and then hot glued it in some spots because it was kind of falling apart. But then we threw the blood up in various spots, and the blood is just this acrylic paint, that stuff. From the dollar store, this is
from Walmart.
Red acrylic paint. We did that, and we squirted it with the water bottle to make these drops coming down, and it came out pretty good. So I'm going to do the same thing over here right now so you can see how that's done. You know what? It's a little difficult. Just need to go under there a little bit. A little painty kind of, and then go back with this. Go through a lot of this stuff. And here is the finished product after painting. So basically just take the red blood, go around the whole outside of the plastic bags, and then spray water to get these drops to come down. And I think it looks really good. That one came out quite good, actually. We're debating as to whether we're going to do more or not. And this one we hung upside down. This one we had to go to the frame because we're on the back side of one of the panels. And if we stapled through, we'd go right through to that hallway paint that we did with the pictures on it, and the staple would be coming right through. So that's why this one's up so high. I would like to have had it a little bit lower, but that's the way it is. But this wall here is double-sided, so we were able to just staple right into the wall. There's the mirrored wall that I had shown previously, so this will be disorienting for sure. And then you go through this way and out to the coffin area. Okay, so last time we distressed the walls in the Victorian area and didn't really tell you how we did it. We just kind of did a time lapse, so I'm going to show you very briefly how we did it. The first thing is get yourself some paint that looks like this. We got this in the oops section. It's kind of like a pumpkin shade, I think. Maybe a dark pumpkin. Affectionately known as baby squinch.
Yes.
Baby shit. Alright, so you get yourself a water bottle and you're gonna spray the whole wall with water first. Take your brush and basically just paint it on.
Like dry,
almost dry brush. You don't need a lot. And it goes on it's very slippery, and that's what you want. But we like to cover the whole wall. We found out that works the best. You don't have to go too crazy at the bottom because it's all just gonna drain down there anyways. And you go back with the water bottle after you have it covered and spray it down again. And this is just gonna give you like a nice brown wash over the walls. Wherever it's too thick, just spray a lot of water and it'll pretty much come up, yeah. I don't really like how that came out. And that's how you do it. Now I'm painting on mold. I'm just using some black paint and just dry brush, really just stippling it. I guess is what it's called, stipple. Tapping it in.
Just tap it in. Just tap it in. Give it a little tappy. Tap, tap, tap-a-roo.
Special thanks to Alan Hops for the great tutorial on these human pelts. You can check him out on YouTube. I'll have the link in the description below. So if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing and you'll get notifications when I put out future videos, which should be pretty regularly all the way up until Halloween, at least as much as I can afford to spend the time doing. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Is that good? You like that? You like it? You like that? No! It's probably not as efficient. A little bit of creepy co-op there. Oh, I almost got it. Would you like some ketchup with your hot dog? Yeah?
Really?
Yeah, I'm editing all that out anyways. Here on YouTube if you haven't already. You like that?
Yes.
Good. All right, then you get yourself a water bottle. Try that again. Ooh. What's the matter? You like that? Oh yeah. Oh, it did spurt you.
Cut me in the eye.
Yeah.